What I'm going to do now is introduce some buttons so that we can help control our character here. Now down at the bottom in our sprite window, we can name our cat as we wish, but we can also add more characters, and just clicking on this icon at the bottom will allow us to choose from a whole number of sprites, and sprites are the correct name to use for the different icons we're going to use, and in this case I'm just going to choose the arrows. Now this arrow here is pointing to the right, so I'm actually going to call it right. Okay, and what I could then do is actually click and choose again, and I have another arrow here, and this is a second arrow. But if I go to the costumes of that arrow, I could choose to make this a left arrow, and at which point I could rename it left. So I'm going to have a right arrow and a left arrow, which I'm going to position around about there on my screen, because I'm going to make those into buttons a little bit later. I'm going to repeat this process so that I can have up and down buttons as well. So now, quite clearly, I have my 4 buttons on the screen, which I'm going to apply code to so that I can use those buttons to control my character. So what we have now is actually 5 sprites on the screen. We have our character and 4 arrows. We need now to program the arrows to be able to control the character. So we're going to start with the left arrow here, and we're looking for a control. Actually, it is an event which is here in the yellow. So when the sprite is clicked, okay, we're going to send a message to the character. And this is this block, which is broadcast message 1. Now you can click on that and create a new message. And the message is basically going to be, you could say just up or go up, whatever you want to write. I'm going to put go up with a capital G and a capital U. There's a mistake there, because I have chosen the left arrow and I've said go up. I don't want that, so I better write another new message, which is go left. Okay, the right one, when that sprite is clicked, I want to say something else. So when sprite is clicked, broadcast, on that one I can choose go right, new message, go right, and so on, telling each button what message to broadcast. When I move to the cat character, I can now add a new block, which is here, called when I receive. So if I add this one into a whole new stack of code, when I receive go left, I now need to look at the motion block, because I need to tell it where to point. So when I go left, I want it to move towards the left. So I click here, click on the 90, and I've actually got a little arrow hand here that I can control to say minus 90. So when I receive go left, it's going to point minus 90 degrees, which we know is 270 degrees. But now basically I have some different controls. So at this point, each of the arrows are coded. I could go to full screen and I can now move left, right, up or down as I wish using the arrows, and all I'm doing there is clicking on those to control my character. I've resized the buttons also, which was very straightforward to do. That's all in here to resize them so that they fit nicely on the screen.